Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Let's Design Cities Skylines. My name is Rick Toaster and we are back at Cedar Valley, where, as usual, a lot has happened, of course, between this episode and the previous one. One of them being a full 4-hour live stream that I'm just going to show you what we accomplished during this live stream in a few seconds. But if you want to go check out the full recording, you can click in the link that I put in the description of this video. So go watch that and then come back and watch this one. That way you didn't get any spoilers. But on top of that, update 1.4 of Cities Skylines was out, and I'm sure by now most of you already know what was updated. In case you don't, I'm including also a link in the description to the changelog for the full set of features that were announced and released. I'm going to try to show you a few of those new things on camera, but unfortunately I did try a few of those before, and it pretty much keeps crashing my game. I'm sure there's some incompatibility with some of the current mods that I'm playing with. So I'm gonna do my best to show you, and but I'm actually really excited about all these new features, and I can't wait to actually put them to good use. So let me just go ahead and show you what we accomplished in the live stream. As you can see, we extended the park that used to come all the way up to here, and now it pretty much goes all the way up to here. And then I did this little thing off camera, which I think looks amazing. But now the game has rocks. Yes, we can have vanilla rocks now that we can plop. They actually look really, really nice, and they behave very, very similarly like this rocks. Let me see if I can show you. We have a landscaping button now, and we even have a rocks menu that has all sorts of crazy things. I mean, it has rocks of many different types and sizes and shapes as well. And we even have this amazing castle walls that you can just simply drag like this. I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to use this in places, but we'll get to that as time progresses. I'm not gonna. There's a lot that needs to that I want to do on this episode, so I don't want to waste your time. You can go play that by yourself and explore all these cool new features. We have basically a revamped menu for landscaping, and this is no longer a mod. This is actually vanilla, and as you can see, we have a topographical map of our terrain, which is super useful for terraforming. And let's see what else. Well, this is all pretty much the same, and then we also have canals. We can actually do man-made canals, and they look and they behave amazingly. And we also have this quay, which is pretty much what we did here with the sunken walls. Now, do I want to redo this whole thing? I don't know. This new quays look or quays. I don't really know how to pronounce them. They do look amazing. So, man, I'm not really sure what the best thing would be. But for the time being, I'm gonna keep everything as it is, especially because there seems to be some incompatible things with some of these mods, and I'm getting some errors, and the game is being crashing to desktop, which never happened before. This is a completely new thing for me. So I'm gonna leave that closed for now. And in this episode, oh wait, before I continue, one more thing that I did, bus lines. We now have a comprehensive set of bus lines connecting our industrial areas and our residential and commercial areas. And the layout for these bus lines, I try to replicate designs from like real bus lines in real life. And as you can see, they go from one corner to the other, trying to cover some of the most populated areas as much as I can. I really try to avoid having zigzags all over the city. I don't think when people do that, it just really grinds my gear, because that doesn't make any sense. Who would ride a bus that has a bus line that it just goes zigzag? That doesn't make any sense. I know you're trying to cover territory, but that's just, don't do that, please. In any case, it's working really, really well. As you can see here, we have over 1,800 citizens riding this bus network per week. On the downside, now rail usage has gone down dramatically. Basically, it used to be around 500, and now it's around 200. But I'm guessing as we start expanding the city towards this side and adding more stations, probably that's something that we should actually try. And I think ridership will go up. So I'm keen that we will make a better use of our rail infrastructure. Let's see what else. I did add some details, like I said, off camera. So now we have this beautiful neighborhood right here. Let me go back into cinematic camera. I think it looks a little bit nicer. We have bushes and flowers, which is a first for me. I haven't done flowers in the city yet. And some really beautiful custom props that I plopped pretty much all over the place. So this will serve as a guide for the cool things that we're going to be doing decorating the downtown area. Even here, right in the middle of the city, we have this custom-made park with a statue and a couple of fountains. This is gorgeous. I love how this looked. It used to be located here, but then I realized when I zoomed out, it's like, hey, maybe it would make more sense if I aligned it with this avenue. So I did that off camera, and I think it turned out pretty nice. Let's see what else. Okay, so for this episode, what I have in mind is for a little while I've been looking at this downtown area, and it looks kind of not great. I gotta admit, this is I thought that these buildings will grow a little bit higher, and I think that given enough time they will grow a little bit higher and have a few more floors. But for the time being, it looks like a mess. I really dislike how this looks. So I'm probably gonna make a time-lapse session of this, of me trying to fix this and maybe move some of the taller buildings into this central area of the downtown. And hopefully we can polish things here to make it look much nicer. So stay tuned for that. But I want to bring your attention to this little area here. That it's been the source of several discussions in the comment section for the last couple of weeks. And I think I got a cool idea that would potentially please most of you. I can't please 100% of you, but hopefully most of you would agree with me that this is the right thing to do. So what I'm proposing is to have, if you look at this, it's very similar to many parks in real life where cities have at the end of them a gubernatorial sort of building. So I was thinking, as I was browsing some of the mods, let's see if I can find it now because they all changed locations. Well, some of them did. This right here, this is the Green Brier Golf Resort. That is part of a golf set that I downloaded that, of course, we're going to have a golf course. Absolutely. In case you didn't know. But, it's a beautiful building, and it totally looks like a government house of some sort. So let me plop it here so you can take a look. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, we added some interchanges. In fact, we extended the freeway all the way around here. Nothing too crazy. It's a very simple layout, but I think it looks okay. We have this bridge going over our river. And, this is good for now. It's polished. It looks nice. It's detailed. But we might make it a little bit more interesting in the future. So it's simple. That's all I'm going to say. But let me bring your attention back to this building. Dude, it looks like a government house of some sort. So my goal, and it fits perfectly in this space. So my goal for this episode is to put that in here. And we're probably going to need to remove all these buildings. In fact, let's just do that right now. One of the first things that I wanted to remove is these stops. The reason why, it's because I want to remove some of these roads or reconnect them in different ways. And if you bulldoze road segments with bus stops, it just messes everything up. I've done that before a couple of times, and then I will end up with empty bus stops with error signs that I can't really get rid of. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove that. Then we will add them back again as soon as we finish this design. So having said that, let me go and dezone this whole area. I'm going to use the brush for this. So all of you are going to be no longer here. Basically, I'm going to get rid of all of this. And this will be a bit of a mix between a park and, I don't know, like a monument of sorts. Did I dezone this? I think I did. Let me rezone this again. In fact, I was thinking of adding a few like museums or like cool gubernatorial-like buildings on the sides too. So, but that might be saved for a future episode. For now, I just want to get rid of all these buildings. In fact, we're gonna get rid of this too. And another thing that we need to relocate is this avenues connecting to this tunnel because, well, it's in the wrong place. I don't think that belongs it no longer belongs with this design. So let me demolish all of this. And these two are the last ones over there. Okay, so all the buildings are gone. Let me get rid of this too. Now, well, what I'm thinking is we're gonna make this connection underground. So we're gonna clear this, and that. We're also gonna clear this thing. In fact, we might have to get rid of this whole park, unfortunately. I'm really sorry to say that, but we need to go back to the landscaping menu. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. I'm gonna try to save every once in a while. Because it crashed before and I'm not really happy about it. So let's get rid of all these road segments. We will add parks again back to this little area, so don't worry about it. But first of all, let's connect our avenues back. And the way we're going to do this is by grabbing the 4-lane avenue, I think. And this is temporary. We can potentially redo this in the future if the traffic gets too crazy. I don't think it will. In fact, after we connected the freeway and added some policies, in fact, you can see here we have 3 different neighborhoods. We have the Maple Park, which is downtown. We should probably rename that to downtown. Also feel like I'm speaking really, really fast for no good reason, but I'm really excited. Rosewood Heights, it's another neighborhood that we have here, and then Applegate Square, it's a different neighborhood that we have here. And the reason why we split it into 2, it's because this neighborhood right here has some specific policies. One of them being schools out, which basically tells the Sims living in this neighborhood to prefer working over educating themselves, which it was a necessity because a bunch of these factories were requiring uneducated workers. And the only way we could figure that out during the live stream was by setting this policy. So really, I mean, and it worked, by the way. Just so you know, this whole area, it's balanced in terms of RCI. Even though I have the super demand mod, everyone has a job and everyone has a place to shop, and all the shops have goods, so it's perfect, absolutely perfect. And we also have a heavy traffic ban, I think. City planning, yeah, high-rise ban and heavy traffic ban. So that means that the trucks coming from here are basically going all the way around. And I even added some extra off-ramps until we get this sunken freeway in place. And I mean, the traffic, it's bad in a few spots, but overall, it's flowing like it's perfect. So good news there. All right, back to developing this thing. I was saying that we need a, this avenue to go under. So let's go, I think we're gonna go 7 units and only 12 meters. Not too bad. Let's do the same over here. 7 units and 12 meters deep. And we're going to grab the 6-lane avenue, which is this one down here, and connect it straight to there. And that way we have a T intersection underground. And hopefully that works well for now. And the next thing that we're going to do is the following. So if we get rid of this and grab... this is one way. We need to make this be 2 ways now, unfortunately. But it's okay. I think traffic will flow better now that we don't have the crazy roundabout. Should probably dezone this things too. Boom, boom, boom. Dezone everything. We'll remove this in a few seconds, but let me grab this here. Oh, also, I switched to the conifers for the side trees because I mean, these are our signature trees for the city, so I figured that looked nice, and that's we're giving it a shot basically. So let's see, we have 4 by 12, which means that we need to go up by around I would say 8, and now that way we can do 4 by 4, and we have a nice smooth curve going this way. Let's clear this up too. Go up here by... That's not what I wanted. Let's go up here. 8 units. Fantastic. Then we're going to connect this 4 by 5. That's okay too. It's not perfectly centered, but it does look good enough, so I'm happy with that. And I do love how this trees look like. They add a bit of a texture to this area, which I really like. Let's see. One of the issues with these with this big building is that it wants to be plopped against the street, and I think he absolutely needs road anarchy, and I'll show you why. Because it does have these 2 roads coming out of it. I mean, I'm gonna try to center the building as much as I can. I think that's pretty centered. There we go. And actually, you know what? We should probably move it a little bit closer to here because I feel like it's too close to the avenues, and we want to have a big park that sort of blocks the view. The only concern I have by having this building here is that in your backyard you have this like weird viaduct with trains passing. So my thought was maybe we can cover this with trees and it will look nice. So that's what I'm going for. I know it's not perfect, but from all the options that not all the options, but all the things that I was thinking, this is by far one of the best ideas that I think will work really, really nice. And if it doesn't work, we'll fix it. It's as simple as that. Okay, so let's bring this, I don't know, let's just say 5 more units. So bring this here, and bring this there. Clear this. Actually, let's see if we can move this. Can we move this? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Perfect. So now that we have that, there we go. We have plenty of room for decorations in the back. What we need is potentially getting a road here. Probably, I would say 4 units, it's okay. Eyeballing it is usually the way to go. So we have 6x4, which means that we want to go 2 units more. So instead of 4, we're going to do 6. Let's see if that matches our 2 by... Okay, no, I messed it up. It was the other way around. Instead of 4, it should be 2. I hope I'm making some sense. This might not be perfect, but it would work. 6x5. I think I'm happy with it. Yep, that looks okay. And we're going to do that again. We're going to go 3 tiles or 3 units, and then we're going to grab this, and it will be another 6x5. And there you go. That's the entrance into our government house, which, I mean, look at the... Sorry. Well, I have something on my throat. Sorry about that. Look at the angle of these roads and how they kind of merge with the diagonals. It totally... Basically, every road, it's kind of pointing to this central area, which I love. I love that detail. So what I'm going to do next is jump into time-lapse mode and add some decorations and see how everything looks. But before I do that, let me add the bus stops again. Start the simulation for this bus routes to... There we go. Now they have the new routes in place, and we're going to need to add a bus stop. Maybe we could just add it right here, I think. Drag line to add stop. You know what? Let's just put it... So we have one block away. So let's just add one here. Did I drag that properly? There we go. So we have one there. And I don't want to add one here too. I feel like they're too close to each other. So maybe... Let's see. Let's just add one on the other side. There we go. Perfect. I think that works. That way people can walk from either of these stops if they want to switch directions in the bus that they just took. All right. Enough with the chatter. Let's just jump into time-lapse mode and see what we can come up with. And this is it. This is the final result of me tinkering and adding props and little details for well over an hour at this point. But let me just show you in detail how this whole place looks like. I mean, this fountain is just beautiful. And with all these benches and bushes and hedges and plants, I mean, I think this is just gorgeous. Let me know what you think too in the comment section. I really want to know what your thoughts are, because I mean I haven't done any fencing of any kind. The park here, or these gardens, are pretty much open for anyone to come take a look, see what's happening. But overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it totally fits our design style. Let me give you a cool little shot from this angle. This will be a cool angle for the thumbnail. I'm guessing that at this point you already know if I did indeed take an angle, this type of angle for the thumbnail of this video. But there's a lot more that needs to be done here, and I want to bring your attention to the downtown area, where, as you can see, I pretty much got rid of most of the buildings. I actually de-zoned this whole area, or just a second ago off camera. And what I'm gonna do is actually pause the game. There we go. And we should probably extend this avenue, because I'm gonna start moving all the buildings that we currently have over to this side. That way we can take a look at, have everything be plopped, and then move them one by one instead of just browsing the menus. I got this idea from Corrales, so Corrales, this is me giving you credit for your awesome idea. If you don't know who Corrales is, I'm sure at this point I did a card on the top right corner of the video, of this video at least, linking to his channel. So hopefully I remember doing that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is move this here, move this here. Because another thing that I wanted to do is change the road layout a little bit. I'm not 100% happy with how this turned out. This is a zoned building, so let's move this here too. I think we're going to need some more avenues, actually, because yeah, none of these things will really fit in this little corner. So I'm going to do this for a little while. I'm going to make a cut here and then return in just a second. Alright, so with all the buildings on the one side here, I ended up making some changes to the road layout. I don't know if you can tell the difference, because they were actually pretty minimal, but I did indeed add, this is one of the most risky features that I did. Holy crap, there's a wall of people in a truck on the... Jesus. Yeah, I added this overpass so that it wouldn't connect with the rest of the roads, and thus having, you know, a bit of an interesting feature on one hand, but also having a crossings and traffic signals in the middle of the city. So I don't know, I thought it would look good, and we can always change it if we don't like it. But the next thing that I wanted to do is start moving the buildings, and I'm going to start from inwards going outwards. I want to have the tallest buildings right in the middle. And then, as we progress and go to the towards the edges of this coast, we're gonna have the smaller ones. So, I think this one, the Guangji Investment Center, which I don't know if this is a real building or not. It kind of looks real, so I'm not sure. This is by far the tallest one. And you know what I'm gonna do? Actually, I'm gonna extend this with a pedestrian path or road, actually, all the way over here, and then sewing it against this street. So let's grab that again. There we go, and see what it looks like. I think it will look fan-freaking-tastic. There we go. Perfect. Let's take a look. I like it. All right, so the next tallest building is the First Canadian Place. And I think it will look nice here, right across the street from this one. And the reason why, it's because, well, I mean, there's a gap here. No buildings will be built here, so if you have an office here, you can pretty much have a guaranteed view over the waterfront. I don't know. I just think about those things. It doesn't really matter. No one really lives here. Also, my camera just got crazy for a second there. All right. Third largest building, I think, is this. Actually, let's take a look. It might be. Yeah, no. The Bank of China is definitely one of the biggest ones. So let's see if we can fit it. Let's turn on anarchy. There we go. And it might overlap too much. Let's take a look. Actually, that's not too much. It totally fits within within our current boundaries. And we have even some room here for not zoning, but definitely for decorations. Absolutely, having some sort of open, like, yeah, basically an open plaza connected to this main roundabout. And I like it. This is shaping up quite nicely. All right, so let's grab the third largest one, which I don't think we can grab it, is the Columbia Center. And it's a zonable building. But since we have the ploppable RICO, which RICO stands for Residential, Industrial, Commercial, and Offices, we can plop some of these buildings without having to wait for them to grow. And it's a pretty tall building too, so let's see if we can find a good spot for it. I kind of want to put it right next to it, but I don't think that will look very realistic. So actually, dude, this is perfect. There we go. I really want that. Fantastic. And let's just, there we go. Now we can zone all of this residential, which is fantastic. And we can zone some shops here and here and here. The rest is going to remain unzoned, at least for now. And I don't know what it was that we had here, but we can zone half of it office and half of it commercial. It's not too bad. Over here, we used to have offices and pretty much offices all around. But I think I'm going to keep zoning this. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this residential all the way. We really need people to move in and pay taxes. We are 65,000 in the red, but during my testing periods, I managed to get that to like minus 40 something. So, and that was just, I think we can do even way better than that. So don't worry too much about it. I guess we can have some residential zoning here as well. And maybe over there too. I don't know. I'm not sure. We can certainly have some commercial areas right about here, maybe. Leave a gap for plazas. And do we want to have, let's just have a couple of offices. Maybe there and maybe here. And I don't know, a little bit more commercial there. Just because we can, right? Then zone some more residential, maybe here. And there is that 4x, so 4x4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 4x4. Perfect. And we still have this gap in between the buildings, so that's good. All residential. All residential, at least that part though. Can do 4x4 here. We're gonna have some offices too, if we can. Oh, really? You don't wanna? Okay, never mind. Let's keep that going like that. And over here, we're going to zone some more residential. And let's just start the simulation. Let's go full speed. See what happens. Hopefully, we can get some decent growth. But man, this skyline is definitely nicer. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. but I just couldn't be happier. Seriously. So wait, let's do some more commercial here and let's do some more residential here. That way we can get some more buildings in place. We have this ugly buildings that hopefully we'll start upgrading. But at the same time, we haven't plopped any of this shopping malls or crematoriums, which usually raise the land value and keep everyone happy. So let's just put down this crematorium in a spot where it doesn't bother all that much. Maybe right underneath this. Let's take a look. Oops. Yeah, the smoke is kind of coming out of the road, so we don't want that so much, I don't think. Yeah, it's kind of bad. So let's just keep it here. That's not bad. And let's see, we had a bunch of schools too. So we have the modern high school that we can potentially put down in a somewhat central location, I would say. Something like that. I mean, it looks kind of like a library. In fact, we have a library, right? Yeah, the Grand Library. We want a dedicated spot for this because it's not too tall. I guess this would be a great spot for the Grand Library because it will be kind of in the middle of the park. And it's almost a tourist attraction. We have a bus stop right across the street from it too, so that's a good spot for it. And let's just grab the this shopping mall. Where's a good spot for the shopping mall now? We don't have any room here for more things, so the shopping mall will most certainly have to be somewhere around here. For the time being, I think I'm just gonna put it here. How does that look? That looks amazing. Do we have any clear spots? I don't think we do. Okay, cool. That looks great. What's going on here? Too few services. All right. Cool. Too few services. How are we looking in terms of police? We don't have... Sorry, this is health. We don't have any hospitals nearby, but we're okay in terms of hospitals. So let's just do a medium-sized clinic so that they will feel more included in our city. Can we? I kind of want to put them. I want to put this in a spot where it won't really de-zone anything. That actually looks great. It's a great spot over here. We have to do a ton of landscaping. Absolutely. I wish that this was more oriented towards the road, but I guess I'll take what I can get. Next, police station. I have this police department that's very urban, and I think will look great somewhere around here. So let's take a look at that. Oh, this is perfect spot because it, the bridge kind of fits in between that little space. So that's great. Let's take a look, see if we can get closer. I want to zoom in the camera as much as I can. What's the, I forgot what the command was for the first person camera. It started not working properly after one of the latest updates. I'm not sure really what's going on, but I'm keeping that. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to keep this here. Change my mind. I think it looks better if we put it right next to the train station, for example. Just put it over here. Kind of matches the architecture of the train station and like old like New York suburbs. And in fact, we have a the Ghostbusters. Let's click on it. We have the Ghostbusters fire department that also looks really nice. And we're going to put it right next to it. We're going to have a police fire combo. Fortunately, I can't get the camera to go anywhere. There we go. Thank you for growing your house in the middle of my road. I really, really appreciate it. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's see what else. And we also have to do some landscaping there as well. We are going to need a elementary school. And we also have this design for the elementary school. So let's just see if we can put it somewhere where it would look, will look nice and not out of place. I mean, I guess we have room for it right here. So let's, what's the closest? Oh, we actually have the exact same school right next to it. Okay, so never mind. We definitely need to put down a school closer to this area, I think. So maybe, yeah, this spot could be it. So let's put that down, and hopefully nothing else will grow in there. Let's dezone that real quick. There we go. In fact, now that we have that little nook, let's just move this one over here. Perfect. And now we can zone some residential back. And boy, oh boy, our skyline is shaping up quite nicely. All right, so I've been rambling for quite some time. I'm sure I made a ton of cuts on this video because it's been quite a journey. I'm really enjoying how this skyline is looking. I'll promise you that in the next episode we're gonna be working on landscaping this whole thing and integrating all these little gaps that we have in between the buildings. And let me just show you one last time how our brand new government building looks like. We should add some more buildings on each side. I don't think we should just zone residential or commercial right next to it. I think we need to have some gubernatorial-like buildings near here. So that's something to look forward to. And yeah, hopefully all these mods that are breaking my game get fixed, or I can figure out which ones to disable in order to progress. I haven't updated my mod list. I'm sorry. It takes a long time, but I'll get to it eventually. And yeah, I guess in the next couple episodes we're gonna start expanding, outside of the city as much as we can. So yeah. There's a lot that needs to be done here, and I'm really excited. So if you enjoy this episode, I highly encourage you to go click that like button right now. Just if you have this video in full screen, make it not full screen, go click the little thumbs up icon that's right underneath this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, this is the time for you to do so. I post videos like this all the time. I'm really picky with the design, so if you want to feed your inner OCD, this is the right channel for you. So I want to thank you all for watching, and really hope to see you in the next one.